Hello, one viewer. It would help if I turn my mic on. I'm here. I think we're just gonna hang out a little bit. See if anybody else wants to join. It's gonna be pretty chill. Not a lot of people, are into these games as much as like Oblivion or horror games, but I just feel like hanging out today. I also hope I think the music is probably at an okay level. Since there's only one of you in here, this will probably be mostly for future viewing. If I'm being real. So I'll probably be saying a lot of stuff like there's more people in here, but it can just be you and me hanging out. Thinking maybe we should still treat this one, since I don't expect a lot of viewers in here. Should probably still treat this one sort of like a test stream, because there's a few things that I'm still, still a little bit unsure of when I'm doing this, but it's at least with a game that I know the mechanics of, because I played before. Hello, Joy. Serrated Joy, I love that. Tell me why the Streamlabs one is better than the YouTube one when I'm looking at a chat. When updates way faster. Yeah, on Streamlabs it says I've got 4 viewers, but on YouTube it says I have 1 comment to come through. Love that. Yeah, today we're gonna play a little bit of Lego Lord of the Rings, I guess. I used to play the Lego games a lot as a kid on the Wii. Not on like PlayStation or anything, on the frickin' Wii. So I was sitting there with like the 2 controllers with like the main remote and the nunchuck. But I played what did we have? We had the Indiana Jones one was the first one that I played. And then we got Star Wars, I think, and then we got the one I played the most was the one that's the adaptation of the the transphobes' biggest thing, but I do have to say that one was probably the most well thought out of the ones that I had. I liked the mechanics of that game. I liked just all the things you could do. This one is a little more, I would say, both dumbed down and more complicated than some of the other ones. It's one of the first ones I think they did with actual like dialogue from the movies instead of just like the random noises that they would make. But it's more complicated in that it's more like there's a lot more open world fetch quest stuff, but like it's dumbed down because you don't do a whole lot in the open world part of it. Like you just kind of run around and there's not a lot of like little things to do besides just collecting like what is it in that one? It's like silver bricks or something. It's like mithril bricks. the Hobbit game has a little more to do in it, but that one I think would kill my computer if I tried to stream and play that game at the same time. So we're going to play the Lord of the Rings one, even if it's a bit simpler. Probably just stick to actual levels and not so much doing open world stuff because it's kind of boring. It's just running around, which is like the movies, but you know. And probably I'm gonna open up the game that I already have going, and we'll just hit a few levels and kind of mess around. I want to see what my computer can handle here. In the future, I think going forward, I'm gonna try and stream once a month instead of uploading a video, just so I get like a week of a break. Because I edit videos the week they come out usually, and it takes the whole week, and it takes most of my free time. So having like a week where I don't have to do a lot leading up to just doing a stream instead it was like really nice this month. So unless there's a month where it's like Pride Month where I like to do a lot of stuff, like that month I probably won't do like a replacement stream. I might stream like while also releasing a video that week or something, but yeah, like I think going forward 1 week out of the month is going to be a stream instead of a video, just because I need need peace. I need like a rest week in order to keep doing this on a regular basis. But all right, let's start. Let's see if I can set up the game. I'm gonna use an actual controller because I like controllers better. But who knows if it's gonna connect. I'm also gonna play some different music in the background, just because I know I'm gonna have to turn off the hour-long videos of like background music. They're not AI. I tried really hard to find one that wasn't AI music. The person's name is Julian Monette, and I've linked it in the description. I'm gonna use their music in the background. Let me see if I'm gonna have to turn this shit up. Anime chic 420, what goes on? What do you mean by that? I missed that when I was talking, so I don't know what you're referring to. Also, work-life balance is good. Yeah. Thank you for catching up on all of our past videos. I know I need to catch up editing some audio stuff for the Patreon, if anybody is part of the Patreon, but that's like old videos. I'm pretty sure I'm up to date on all of the like recent stuff, but I have to like edit like angel beats, ancient stuff that I wasn't editing as I was going before. So there's a few things. I think can't remember if I must have done the Attack on Titan ones already, but it was like stuff like angel beats and random crap that I hadn't done. I've got to get that done, but we'll get around to it. Is the music at a good level? I don't want to open up the game until I want to make sure you can hear the music and hear me and it's not overwhelming. Make it a little louder. Okay. I am going to at least connect the controller, because that takes a hot second. I also think if I'm going to be streaming more going forward, I'm going to move my setup, and then possibly in the future I will invest in an actual desktop PC, so I'm not just running things off my laptop. Because I have a pretty powerful laptop, but it's still a laptop. So it can handle games, it can handle streaming, but both at the same time it's a little bit but I've asked it around to people on like good PC setups, and I might invest in one of those. Oh, this guy's music is all over the place. Turn it down a tiny bit, but it's good so far. I think this is the loudest it'll get, so I'm gonna turn it down a tiny bit just to match. Okay. Let's connect the controller. And speaking of controllers, the other thing is the controls on this one and the controls on some of the other games I play are totally different, even if they do very similar things. So I might do the wrong shit a lot of times. Come on. You connected 2 seconds ago. Okay. And the dogs are barking. I'm in charge of the dogs today, so you might hear them. I have to keep my door open. You're gonna hear dogs in the background, maybe. Alright. Controller connected. Let's get in the game. There might be music playing at first. I'll turn it off, don't worry. Alright. Oh, you don't know anything about Lord of the Rings. Well, I'm about to be a huge freaking nerd, okay? It's like one of my faves. Oh, music, what are you doing? Oh, okay. Well, maybe you guys just won't hear any of the game. Why did it do that? It's playing out of my computer, like the speakers, and not not where it should be playing. What? No, we're gonna try and fix this. Hang on. That's a new one. I don't think anything in here is gonna fix that. Hang on. Hang on. Before I show you all the game, this is... Huh. Okay. Hang on. You know, when I tested it, it worked. And now when I'm streaming, it didn't. Let me close and open stream. I bet... Or Steam. I bet that's the best. But that's causing the problem. It also, like, turned off the music. That was weird. Here's your music back. Maybe it can't handle both at the same time. Yep, display audio. Okay. And let's disconnect this. Love that. Okay, take 2. Let's try this again. And it's gonna say searching for a game when I first switch it over. Don't worry about it. It'll find it, I promise. Of course, it's 100% because there's people watching. It got shy, okay? It didn't want you to hear what it was doing. Okay. Alright. So don't worry about this. It's gonna find it, I promise. Audio, not guaranteed. I really like this music, though. The person who did this really, kind of got the spirit of Lord of the Rings. Alright, come on, game. Such a thrilling stream so far. And if we have to do this without game audio, we're just going to do it without game audio. I don't mind it. I think it got shy again. Turned off the music. Yep. All right. You guys just aren't going to get game audio. I'm sorry. I think I'd have to shut down my whole computer for it to work. Oh, but I can't find the game either. Hmm. Oh, well, now I'm distracted by this comment from Joy. I am a big Tolkien fan in general, but I just never played any of the video games. I was obsessed with Feanor and his sons. Me too, girl. I don't know if you're a girl, sorry, but me too. I love the Feanorians because they're such bitches. You know, I would love if it found the game so you guys could see the game. Maybe I'm just gonna have to do it as like a desktop capture. I'm fine with that too. Let's try that instead. Let's do it like this instead. Okay. We want this one. Hello, everyone. This is my desktop. Now let's go to... Let's play this again. I don't think it'll keep playing, but... Yeah, I'd love for you to play. There we go. See, my computer's so good at handling stuff. It's so good. Matt, do you have a favorite Feanorian son? Because mine has got to be Mithros, if that's how you say his name. Mithros. Mithros? I don't know. But he's my fave. He's tall and he's sad. There was a post I saw once that was like, whenever I'm sad, I just read the Silmarillion. Because whatever bad day I'm having, Mithros is having a worse one. All right. Girlies, please. Let me control the game. Did I wait too long? Oops. Okay. All right. We got the controller working. You guys aren't going to get sound. Sorry. No sound for you. No sound for me either, honestly. I don't know why it's coming out of my computer. And it's like I'm adjusting the volume, but it's not adjusting it where it's coming out. Like I can still hear the game audio coming out of my laptop right now. That's crazy. All right. All right. Let's play a game without any music, just me. You guys get to listen to me. Maybe next time you'll get sound effects at least, because I did figure that out before. Like I had it working when I turned it on before I started streaming. Oh, you want to know my opinion about Feanor? It's very complicated. All right, when they put you back in the game, they put you at the very end. but just as the hobbits. So let me get back to the beginning. Let me get to the Shire. Hang on. My opinion on Feanor. He sucks, but also it depends on how you interpret. I would say my opinion on his sons is more complicated because the sons are following a father like dedicated, and it's a little more complicated than a dude swearing an oath and then making his son swear it. I think that's pretty bad. But also, like, I don't know, it depends a lot on fan interpretation, I guess, because there are versions that I'm like, yeah, he's a bitch and he sucks, but then there are other versions that people write where I'm like, oh, I kind of get it though. Um, but just straight up no embellishments, just what's written in the Silmarillion, which is still kind of up to interpretation. Probably shouldn't have done that, bro. Probably should have taken a second and thought about what you were doing. Um, just my thoughts on it, I guess. We could have avoided a lot of hardship uh if you just took a second. No, I don't want to do this. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing, that's why. So you gotta remember how to play this game, because I've been playing the Hobbit one for longer and more recently, and by recently I mean like 5 months ago. But still, I think the way to get back is up here, not down there. You have soft spot for Maglor. I also love Maglor. I love the mystery, like not the mystery, but like the openness in which you can say where he ended up after the first age. I think the potential for storytelling is really fun there. Like, did he just stay and wander the beach? Did he die? Did he actually take a secret boat back? Like, what do you know, whatever is you feel like he did. It's up to you. All right. Let's go to Hobbiton. My laptop will do it with it once. If I could get it so you guys could hear it coming out of the laptop through my microphone, I would. But I can't. See, I'm cranking this and nothing's happening. You know what? I have one more thing I want to try before we do it. Hang on. Hang on. Nope. And then, last thing to try would be my Bluetooth headphones instead. Maybe if those connect? Nope. Okay. This is a mystery for another stream. We'll figure out it on another day. All right. Oh, and now the game's frozen. That's nice. This is going so well, you guys. Oh, it's back. Cool. No, it's not. God damn. Just let me run around the Shire. Please. 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 Okay. So, one of the other things that kind of annoys me about this game, not just the like nature of the open world part of it, where it just kind of feel like it looks full, but the stuff you can do is very empty, is that you can't even go in water. I know hobbits can't swim, but like none of the characters can go in water. Like, it's really annoying. Like, you just start drowning no matter what. Like, right now, you can't feel it, but since it's shallow water, it's like, you shouldn't be in here, bitch, and my controller is vibrating. But if you jump in any other body of water, you just start drowning. I'm like, every other game I've played, like Lego game that I've played, you can swim in the water. But whatever. All right, let's find a... We're going to view the map. Let's find a level to do. What do we want to do? There's Tom Bombadil. Well, that's a character. Where are the levels? We could do spooky Nazgul. Let's do that one. Let's do it story mode, just so we're all on the same. Guys, for the full experience, just play some Lord of the Rings music in the background while you're watching this. That'll be good enough. Because, like, I can't hear shit either. Also, you're getting the real Lego experience because in the other games, they don't talk. They just make like little like meep morp noises and like little like ooh ah. But in this one, they talk, and you guys can't hear it though. So neither can I. And that poor pig. Can we skip this? Yes, but I won't. Look, it's just like the movie. Oh, I should also mention I went to New Zealand recently. I've been here where they shot this scene in the movies. And they all hide from the Nazgul. I've been there. It's in a park off of a main road. Also, back to the Sons of Feanor. Not that anybody else is gonna know what we're talking about besides me and Joy, but talked about Mythros. We talked about Maglor. Let's just go in order. The next one, Celegorm. He's my favorite bitch. Okay, he's the worst one. He sucks, but he's so much fun. I'll go down the line eventually throughout this stream. I'll go through all 7. All right, let's see if I can remember the controls. I'm gonna punch a bush. Punch. All right. We have no weapons, just fists, because we're little hobbits. Not even a carrot to our name. Oh, okay. A lot of these games are like, you just start hitting things, and then you get an object that you have no idea what to do. Okay. But you're just always picking up stuff. And you know what? They're meant for kids, so they're easy enough to figure out. But I have a good time just chilling. Did I go to New Zealand just for that? Sort of. I wanted to go to New Zealand because I knew it was really like it's a gorgeous country. And like I did always want to see it, but I did book a tour that's called not this is not like a plug or anything. It's they were called red carpet tours, and they were specifically Lord of the Rings tours. So we were doing a lot of Lord of the Rings locations, but we were also it was like very nicely balanced between seeing filming locations, but also just seeing like the natural beauty around. Like it's very I don't want to say untouched, but like there's a lot of nature there and a lot of open land to just stare at, and I love doing that. I love just looking at like nature. I love just stare like I go in the summertime, I sit on my back porch and I just stare at the woods behind my house. Um so it was kind of a bit of both where I was like since I went to school for film, um I wanted to see this stuff, but also I'm a huge Tolkien nerd. So it was really cool to see that specifically, but also it's like it's just beautiful there. And I got to go in February, which is their summertime, like it's like August. Um so it was kind of like a nice little summer vacation in the middle of winter. So multi-layered reasoning for going. February was kind of the like it being like a summer thing was kind of last minute because these tours are so hard to get onto. I got on because someone dropped, like it was fully booked, and then when I checked back in like a couple months later, it said there was a spot open. So, all right, now we're Sam. Sam's my favorite little guy. I love Frodo, but oh my god, Sam. What a broski. I love him. Like Merry and Pippin are fun. Everyone loves Frodo because it's Frodo. But Sam, I know everyone loves Sam too. Oops, we died. I didn't die. Sam didn't die, but Merry and Pippin died. Idiots. Everyone loves Sam, but like he's my favorite little guy out of all of them. Stop looking at me, bro. Caligorn was the worst for no reason. Like, he didn't have to be that crazy. I do, because he went that crazy, I like the fan art people draw with him in like a very like hunter warrior face paint and, kind of get up. There's like lots of fan art with him where he's like very much like just a like straight up hunter. Like I know he's a hunter, but like they very much lean into that and they make him a fuckboy in the art, and that's what he is. He sucks. He sucks. But I kind of love it. But we do love his dog. Huan. When I was on this tour in New Zealand, we played a little game on the second week where we did like trivia on the bus. We had like a 2-3 hour bus ride. And during one portion of it, we played trivia and they kept score of how we were doing. And I came in second just because I knew all of this like first stage stuff. I didn't know a lot of the answers to other questions. Like I was pretty average, but like all the first stage stuff, it was like me and one other girl were getting all the questions right. I can't even remember. I think some of them were about Gondolin, or like, yeah. But there were only a few of us who were getting those ones, and we scored pretty high. Sam, please, please. I don't want to kill you by just jumping off. But yeah, I fully recommend if anybody has the chance ever to, if you don't live in New Zealand, go to New Zealand. It's just very beautiful. And I recommend more. I liked the South Island more. Um like the North Island, I there was a lot to do and it was really pretty and I enjoyed myself, but I found myself liking the South Island more just cuz the activities we did were a little more outdoor focused. Cuz on the North Island we spent 3 days in Wellington, which was really cool. And there's lots of really good restaurants there. Um, but on the South Island, we spent our like long stop at the end was in Queenstown, and Queenstown is more focused on like the outdoor adventure stuff. So the whole South Island felt like more outdoorsy, more let's go for a hike, let's go jump in a river, like stuff like that. Um, which normal I don't do on my own normally, so it was really fun to do that sort of stuff. The fan art of this fandom is incredible. I do agree with that one. It's always so good. Even people drawing stuff that I'm like, I don't interpret it that way. The art is just so good. Like it's so satisfying to look at. There's one person where they draw like femme maglor, but he's not full femme. It's like this like really cool like in between genders. I don't know. I didn't scroll back on their blog far enough to like see them explain the interpretation or anything, but like the art always looks so cool even though like some of the shipping that they do I'm like, I'm not on board. I'm not on board with that, but your art slaps. I wish I knew the name so I could tell y'all. But it's on Tumblr. They draw. I'm pretty sure it's them who draws a really cool Caligorn, but I might be wrong. It might be someone else. And there's. I'm just ignoring this scene. I'm ignoring this old man fight. Sorry. Oh no, I'm in the old man fight. Never mind. Hold on. Hold on. What am I doing? I'm hitting X. Okay. Why is my hat in the middle of the room? I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. Let's get him. Saruman's also a bitch. He's also an idiot, kind of. I'm kind of being an idiot right now. I should have done that way earlier. Hold B. Lift. Lift him. Throw him. That wasn't a very hard throw, but we got him. We got him. Oh, shit. I am the old man fight. Okay, it's just X. You're not going to make me hit something else. Okay. See, sometimes the mechanics of this game, I'm like, can we make it just a little bit harder, please? I know it's for kids. I know it's for kids, but like we can make it a little bit harder. I think. Like that, I just died. But you know what? I'm back. And the only consequence was I lost some money. All right, give me this. Shit. I'm gonna die again. But I want harder puzzles. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about dying. I don't care about that. I want harder puzzles where it's like, all right, like, what did I do there to make him die? Like, you know, I just wish there was just a little bit more. And they do that in the game that shall not be named by the author that we hate. It's just a little bit more complicated. There's a little more puzzly stuff going on. And that game came out before this game, I'm pretty sure. And like you can't say, "Oh, that one's about wizards." There's wizards right here. You could do this like very similar mechanics. Make it fun. You could have more stuff that you could learn. All right. Get him. I'm going to look at the comments in a second. I want this fight to be over, please. 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 See, all that happened was I lost some money, but I already hit whatever the full bar is, you know? So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Smash. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to upgrade to a better PC because this is so choppy. Wow. Old man Yowie's getting really weird, guys. Oh, we're back here. Okay. I do like that you can do like a halfway point save in these levels. That's kind of nice cuz when I was younger, we would be playing on the Wii and you'd get like halfway through a level and your parents would be like, "All right, you got to stop playing the game." And you'd be like, "Let me just finish the level or else I'm going to like lose all progress" because it would take like 15 minutes to do anything. It's really annoying. Okay, let's see. Back to the comments. New Zealand sounds cool, but you've only traveled to Europe and a little bit of the States, but you want to go to all the Lord of the Rings tours down there. So the one that I did was a 2 week tour and it was pretty comprehensive. We started in Auckland, but we didn't really do anything there. That was the meeting point. And then we went down to Hobbiton first, and then um we went to a few filming locations for The Hobbit, like where the troll shaws and that little cabin that they stop at that's all burnt down and wrecked at the beginning where Gandalf runs off. He's like, I can't deal with dwarves. I hate them. Um, that was a cool little farm. Ooh, I have a piece of hair. um, but then we went down. I'd have to look at my pictures. We did a Maori cultural night, which is really cool. And the food was really good. Um, what did we do after that between Wellington? There was something in between, and I can't remember. We stopped, I think it was Taupo we stopped in, but I don't remember what we did on those days. But then we went down to Wellington, did a few studio tours. One studio tour, but there were a few like more like we had like a can you pick up the thing, please? Jesus. Um we did like we had a private, sort of convention panel type thing with the guy who did a lot of the concept art for all the films, which is really cool. I have some art from him that I bought. But then when we went to the South Island, we were doing all like we got into the river where the dwarves did the barrels. We went to Edoras. We went what was the other big one? We did a lot of random stuff down in Queenstown, which is actually where they're filming the new Legend of Zelda movie that's coming out. They were filming that while we were down there. Didn't see anybody, but I saw their big marquee tent on the side of a lake, and they were like, "Hoo hoo hoo!" They might be filming a movie there, and I was like, "They're filming the movie there, like that is where they're filming the movie, guys. They've set up a catering tent." Um, but yeah, no, we got like that one was very comprehensive. There were a few little things that like, oh, if you wanted to go see this or that, you would have to go somewhere else, but we didn't miss much on that one. So, um It's hard to get on those tours, but I did red carpet tours. It's not a sponsor or anything, but like that is what I did, and it was a 2-week tour. It is kind of expensive, but not exuberantly expensive. So, all right. And then also thoughts on the Forgotten Caranthier. He deserves better. I read a lot of fan fiction with him in it, if we're being real. People use him when they want to talk about Valinor, and they want to put a little like original character ship in there. Why won't you push this? They use Caranthier a lot, which is kind of fun. So a lot of my characterization of him is from fan fiction. But, I think he's a lot of fun for fan fiction because he's also a lot of people ship him with Haleth, who is a mortal woman. Which is kind of a nice little flip on the head from it's like mortal man, elf lady, beautiful elf lady, but this one is mortal woman and tall, blushy elf man. Elf guy. He's not a mem. So I think he's I don't know. I don't know about his characterization in canon so much because I don't know too much. I haven't read like the Children of Hurin yet. I can't say any of these names out loud. I can say them in my head, and then my mouth just won't do the sounds. Children of Hurin. I haven't read a lot of those yet. I have it on my bookshelf. It's up there, but and he's only sort of mentioned just like a few times in the Silmarillion. So, what are we doing here? This guy? Oh, come on, throw it. Throw it. I think Carnthier, besides, being a bloodthirsty murderer, because, all of the sons of Feanor are murderers, kinslayers, I think he has the greatest potential to be the soft boy of the bunch. If you can make any of them a soft boy. It could be him. Please don't punch Sam. Can we please be Sam? Thank you. I'm also very easily influenced by fan fiction. Very easily, especially for the Silmarillion, because the whole thing is like, and this guy did this and this guy did that, and there's no actual like it's just telling you events. Like it's not really giving a lot of them characterization. Feanor gets characterization because he gets actual like dialogue. And probably a lot of the descriptors. Am I in the right Hobbit? I'm not in the right Hobbit. Where's Mary? Where's Mary? Let me be Mary. But yeah, a lot of those first stage guys are just kind of like, they did this and fulfilled this purpose. So it's kind of a really good, breeding ground for fan fiction that people won't argue with you about so much, although people do argue. That was X every time. Jesus. Whatever. Throw. Is that what I was supposed to do with that? Nope. Okay. My bad. What am I supposed to do with this? I'm throwing it over there. Throw it, bro. Okay. All right, who have we not talked about yet? We got to Carnthier. Next it would be Curufin. That's just Feanor 2.0, but I don't like that people only reduce him to that because he's a whole ass person, is a whole ass being, and you're just saying, yeah, it's just Feanor again. No, he's not as angry, he's not as impulsive, he just has the same skills. At least that's what I found from what people kind of make him. He seems to be, I know Carnthier is characterizes the quiet one a lot, but I don't know, easily influenced by fan fiction. I think he's a little more hot-headed than Curufin. Okay, I can't do that because I need a dwarf. What am I missing? I can't cross a water because I can't fucking swim. What do I need? What do I need here? And he did bring us Celebrimbor. We love Celebrimbor. I actually don't even mind the Rings of Power interpretation of Celebrimbor. I think he's kind of fun. I don't like his short hair, but I do enjoy that they made him look kind of older because my god, are those guys stressed. They would have aged a little bit. Come on. Like come on. I One of my big ships is Silver Gifting. I love Anatar. I love reading fan fictions where they try to redeem Sauron. I'm like, go for it. Like just go for it. You can't, but I'm going to read it anyway. Yeah, literally most of the time they have to mind wipe him. Happy Palm Sunday, everybody. Yeah, okay. I am no longer Catholic, but sure, happy Palm Sunday. Why not? Is this the day? I can't remember. Or is it Good Friday that if you were like not fasting? Well, I guess you were fasting kind of. Like when you gave something up. Like is today when you get to do it again? Can I just walk across this water? I guess I can. All right, I'm just stupid. But happy you get to do the thing that you said you wouldn't do for a month day, if that's today. No clue. The person who said Happy Palm Sunday has no idea either. Right on. Redeem that serial killer and torturer. Hell yeah. We love an impossible redemption arc. We love when you have to mind wipe someone to like get them back. I give props to the people that don't do a mind wipe. I think it's really fun. What's the one that's been going for a long time and it's kind of infamous in the fandom? Is that the Harrowing? I've read most of that. I'm behind a couple chapters, but that one's really fun. That one's just all the sons of Feanor in a room, locked in a room because Anatar brought them there, basically, as a redemption arc. It's really fun. It's really toxic. But it's super fun and I love it. I need to get back into that one. I think I'm like 3 or 4 chapters behind, but they come out so slowly that it's okay to like let them build up. That's the other thing. Like I've been mentioning fan fiction a lot, but this fandom, like a lot of the fanfic people write is just so well done. Like to a higher degree than not higher degree, but a higher amount, like a higher density than other fandoms I've read fanfic for. Oh, that's a Gollum thing. Like there's a lot more that I'm like, oh yeah, you could publish that if it wasn't like, and I wouldn't even realize what you were talking about. I definitely recommend. I'm pretty sure it's called The Harrowing, and it's like harrowing, HARROWING. Um, I'm pretty sure the premise, and I think it has a like a 3 or 4 chapter prequel. But it's all part of that. You know, when you go to the series page, um, it's Celebrimbor and Frodo in Valinor, and Finrod too, I think, is there, and they're like, you know what? I think we should try to bring Anatar back if that's what Celebrimbor wants. Because he's been hearing him or something, or like, and Frodo has been hearing him because he has that connection to Sauron. So it's a lot of you have to be ready for a lot of like trauma recovery, both good and bad ways to deal with trauma recovery. It is very much, it feels a little bit like a therapy session, but like an entertaining therapy session. So it is good when the characters that are not mentioned in the staple well-known movies are there, but it has like 5K. Like when Finrod, I mean, Finrod is kind of mentioned, but like, you got Finrod and Celebrimbor is kind of mentioned. But yeah, they decide through whatever means, however they come to the conclusion, like, you know what, we will let Sauron have a second chance, but he has to stay with Celebrimbor. What else happens in like the little first little? At some point, they're like, "All right, we're gonna go get the Sons of Feanor, and that's gonna be uh Anatar's little pet project to help redeem him." So I think the harrowing is on AO3, but the author also posts on Tumblr, so like you get I have to pay attention. But like they're on Tumblr, so you get like updates there. Am I supposed to hit these things? Christ. Um yeah, it's sort of like they just update on AO3 as far as I'm aware. That's why where I follow it. But you can go on Tumblr because they make like people so many people have made art for this series. Like it's kind of its own little it has its own tiny little micro fandom within the fandom. Like a lot of people just know about this story. But there's a lot of good art, but it does have I wouldn't look at it until you read at least a good chunk because it's kind of spoilery. Even though it's kind of hard to tell what's going on out of context, but very good story. Uh I'd rather be yapping. I've already played this. The game is just there for the vibes, honestly. Especially since it's so choppy. I wanted to do this to see how it could handle. It seems to be handling it just about as well as Oblivion was handled. Oblivion had some issues too. It's so choppy. So I think I do need to get like a good PC. That way I can also like separate out my laptop is for editing videos, but the PC is for gaming and streaming. But I do need to move. Right now I'm in my bedroom. I need to move my desk into the room next to mine for a um better experience, I guess. I need a little more room in here. I want to make like a reading corner. Okay. I think my hair is fully dry now. Why did it put me back at Minas Tirith? Come on, man. It should put you at the level that you just played, even if you finished the story. Again, the mechanics of this game are just a little bit whack. Plus, also, I want to get a better thing to play on this because eventually I do want to play a little bit of the Hobbit version of this because it's just a little more fleshed out. Even though they didn't finish the game, they just made the first two movies, released the game, and then the last movie bombed so hard they didn't even bother going back and making an expansion pack to finish that one. But it's still, I find the world more fun in that game. So I would need a better PC to play that one though, because oh my god, the graphics are way more detailed. It would like crash my computer. Words, yeah, it has a 500,000 words. It's really long. That one's the harrowing is definitely like you don't have to commit to it, but like it is like one you can just come back to, and it'll always have more shit to read till you catch up because it's just so long. There was another one that I was reading recently that just finished. Um, and it's also over 500,000 words. It's called On Swift Wings, and that one was a Boromir original character fic, like a Boromir lives fic, which are always fun. I always like to see how they try to make Boromir not die. Um, but speaking of Boromir, let's play that a level near there. Let's go there. So it would be afterwards this Lothlorien. Let's play that level. I don't think I've played that one in a while. Um, but yeah, it's called On Swift Wings. I thought that one was also really fun because that author is also on Tumblr, and they have fleshed out their original world of original characters and canon characters very extensively. I find it very impressive. But yeah, if you're looking for Boromir original character and it's not a modern girl like isekai into Middle Earth style thing, it's a original character who's part of the world already. I think she's like the daughter of someone who lives in Gondor. Um, but her mother is from Rohan and married someone from Gondor, so there's, a few connections all around, but I just thought it was really well done. It was really fleshed out. It didn't rush. Uh and it thought about, you know, the consequences it was setting up separate from the movie canon or the book canon. Uh, I don't know. I just thought that one was really good, and they had a really consistent update schedule. But it's done now; it's complete on Swift Wings. Very good. I've been plugging a lot of stuff that doesn't even. Boromir's pissed. I don't even remember what you do in this level, if I'm being real. He's in the Shadow Realm. He's been banished to the Shadow Realm. Oh, it's one of those ones where you have to do two things at the same time. Okay. Where's Kaiba? Yeah, Swift Wings is 100 chapters. It's really long, but it was updating very consistently. What am I trying to do here? I can throw it at stuff, but I don't want to just throw it arbitrarily. Where's Boromir? Oh, there's an arrow up there. Duh, I'm stupid. Yeah, what if your little guys get to live happy lives? It's like, what if? I love what if little stories. And if someone wants to write a whole 100 chapter fic about what if, I'm on board. My favorite what ifs are the what if Elrond found Maglor and Maglor is living in Imladris. Those ones are fun. I like both the headcanon that Maglor is Lindir and that he's not Lindir. I like both of them. They're both fun. There's fun opportunities for both versions. All right, the Last Sons of Feanor, the package deal, Ambrusa. There's not enough about them, if I'm being real. I wish there was more. How the fuck do I jump? Okay, I can't jump because I'm being sneaky. Yeah, not enough about them. I wish there was more about them. But I don't want to just reduce them to just like, haha, twins, you know? Because it's like, I know they're like one person, basically. Like, that is semi-canon, if not full canon. But like, I don't know. They're still separate people. And I don't know enough about them. And in some versions, one of them is dead before like he even sets foot in Middle Earth. So why did I need to build those stairs? What was the point? What was the point? Yeah, Emron, Emras. I don't even remember which one is supposed to have died in the boat. Was it Emras? Amras? And then the other one died when they were sacking Syrian. Sirion? Am I remembering this right? Because now I'm just thinking about Syrian bread. Also, oh my god, speaking of that place, one of the most freaking controversial characters ever seems to be Elwing. I'm like, could you please leave my girl alone? Like, I know she probably shouldn't have fucked off like that, but my god, it's more complicated than just abandonment. Like, it's valid if you think she shouldn't have done that, obviously, but holy shit, some of the hate she gets. I'm like, we need to chill. It's like you can like the Sons of Feanor and Elwing at the same time. It's okay. They're complex characters. Yeah. I think if it was Amras, the one who died, yeah, he did totally die because his dad was like, burn the ships, burn them. No one's coming after us, which was also a stupid move. Like, you don't want help, dude? Okay. So, and like, that's where it gets complicated for Feanor. Like, obviously, that was a stupid move. Shouldn't have done that. But also, how corrupted was he by his own oath at that point? You know, like, still his fault, but like, yeah, it's I like the non-black and white nature of these characters in the Silmarillion, because a lot of the characters in Lord of the Rings are very black and white, which is good. I do like that that there's a story that goes that route, but it's also interesting to have stories where the characters are in a very gray area. Because even Boromir, like, here he's being a little shit, you know, but he's sort of corrupted by an evil thing, and he's having a hard time resisting said evil thing. So it's hard to judge fully, like, oh, he's like bad or good. Like, no, he's, and it's not quite gray because he's, you know, being corrupted by said evil thing. You can just blame the ring, blame the stress. But like Feanor, he did that himself. He did that to himself. Let me read this. Hang on. Hang on, Frodo. I'll let you build this. I'm going to read. I think there's a weird amount of overprotectiveness to Elrond, and as such, anyone who ever did even a slightly bad move must be a big bad villain. Yeah, Elrond's cool. I like Elrond. He's fun. But yeah, no, there's sort of like that babyfication of Elrond, if that makes any sense. I know he's a literal child when his mom abandons him, but hold on, I gotta launch this thing. But there is sort of that, like, people forget, they kind of lean into the healer part of him a little bit too hard. They forget he also, you know, fought in battles, like full ass wars, like multiple times. The writers who are able to portray the oath as a completely separate thing from the spirit and soul of the characters is interesting. Like magic and power are compelling and fully corrupting. Yeah, sort of like the ring. Like I do like thinking of the oath as like a magical thing. Like it is compelling them to do stuff. Like the oath is amplifying desires they already want, like the ring. Um for Feanor himself, that's why it's like Feanor is less complicated than the brothers to me, because Feanor made the oath. He's the one who's leading the charge. He's not thinking clearly, you know, like he's just going for it. But the brothers, they're following their father, whether they're following blindly like Celegorm or they're, you know, following with some apprehension like Maithros. It's a little more interesting. Clearly, you know, they chose to do the oath. They might have felt a little compelled because that's, you know, that's their dad. And like, you know, family stuff or whatever. Why is my controller going crazy? It is vibrating like mad. My God, that was nuts. But yeah, so the brothers are a little more nuanced than Feanor himself, but I do like when they make the oath more of like a thing like the ring. Because then when you when you want to redeem Anatar, when you want to redeem Sauron, and you bring the brothers back, you can have interesting conversations about compelling magical things between them. Sorry to the other 4 people who have no idea what the fuck we're talking about. And also, what the hell am I doing here? What do I need? But I think more people should go try and read at least like abridged versions of the Silmarillion, or like there's a really good series of videos on YouTube that sort of summarize the events of like, this is Maglor's path, or like this is what this war was, or this is what happened in Gondolin. I forget the name of the channel. I don't think it's Nerd of the Rings. I think it's the other one that does videos like that I watched. But there's a few different ones there, and that's how I learned a lot of the stuff that was going on before I even read the Silmarillion. Because speaking of Palm Sunday, the Silmarillion does read like a Bible. It reads like a more interesting Bible, but it does have that sort of similar cadence to like the weight of things that are happening. So if you want to read the Silmarillion, get ready for it to be a little bit like a slightly easier Bible. Can I get up there? Can I get in here? I see all those coins. Can I get in here? Let me in. Hell yeah. I'm rich to buy things that I don't even know what I need to buy, because this game is so confusing in the open world. Yeah, sorry to y'all who are not knee deep in the Silmarillion. It's ruining my life. No, I love the Silmarillion. I actually have it right on my desk right here, but it's under a couple other books, or else I would show it to everybody. I've got the copy that's like the green pages, the green spray with the Elvish on the outside. Man, Frodo is doing the most in this level just to get away from Boromir. Oh, I should have been doing something with those. Oh well. Alright. Oh, we're gonna crush Boromir. Oh no. Whatever. He's gonna die later anyway. Smushed. Got him. Get ready for names that are so similar it's confusing. Oh my god, yeah. From the ones we just mentioned, like Celegorm, Celebrimbor. Then there's also Celeborn, Celegorm, and Celeborn. Celeborn is Galadriel's husband. Like it's it's too many Kella names. Yeah, I'd like to buy hardcover books when I can, so that one was the hardcover when I was buying them. It's so pretty. And it had two maps. It had a map that Tolkien did himself, and then a slightly more colored and slightly more detailed map that was done by his son who published the book. There's one map on each, but they're like loose, so I can just take them out. I might frame them, honestly. I do have on my wall a map of Beleriand and Middle Earth like together because I like the maps of Middle Earth, but I was like I also want to see the chunk of the continent that the elves fucked up so bad it got sunk under the ocean. I want to see all of it as one thing. So I've got that on my wall. Next to some art that I'm now a little bit wary might have been AI, so I might be taking that down. I bought it, and I think most of the art on my wall from that like pack of stuff is not, but there's one that's making me really suspicious. And I bought it like a year ago, so it was like still when hands were like a really good indicator, but now I'm thinking they maybe went in and fixed the hands. Like they generated something with AI and then fixed the hands. So I have to take that down. But my map is next to it. Oh my god, all the Finways. The fact, okay, the names are confusing and they all have like two or three names because you get a mother name and a father name when you're in, mostly when you're in Valinor. So it was like all the sons of Feanor are freaking like Nelia Finway, Kana Finway, uh it's like Telka Finway or he's like a because they call him Telko. I can't even say the ones with the Y's in them. But he's like they're all like freaking Finways, like down the line, because the grandfather is Finway. So all of them are Finways. Yeah. The AI is really hard to tell. But oh yeah, you had it right there. Turka Finway. That's his name. Mora Finway, Kuru Finway. His was the easiest to remember because it's Kuru Finway and then Kurufin. And then the little ones, the twins. Yeah, my map is very small, but I do follow someone on Tumblr who embroidered an entire map of Beleriand, and I think it was like a really big tapestry embroidery of Beleriand, and it was like, holy crap. Resist, Frodo, resist. Man, I bet the music is epic right now. Pick up your sword. Oh, we're with these guys now. Okay. These are the boys. We're just hanging out with the boys. All right, what do we need to do? This is where I need to remember what each character is good at. I can remember the hobbits, but I could not remember what these guys' specialties are. Especially since they change halfway through the game when they like gain points and stuff. Not gain points, but gain skills. I think Gimli can Gimli do that? Gimli, get over here. Yeah, the embroidery is crazy. Feanor invented or wrote down a whole language. No, yeah, Feanor invented the written, or did he invent Kenya as a whole? Quenya? I'm pretty sure he might have just invented the whole language, if not just the alphabet. Not what I meant to do. Not what I meant to do. Get back in Gimli. Nope, can't do that. Okay. But yeah, Feanor, that's the thing too. Feanor was freaking smart. Smart as hell. You can't say he wasn't a total idiot. But he was a practical idiot. Or I guess the other way around. He was practically smart, but he was a moral idiot. Who can do the fire thing? Is that Aragorn? Can Aragorn fuck with fire? Get in there. Nope, get into Aragorn. Get in there. Can I do this? No. What am I trying to do here? I think I got lost on this level the first time I played it too, because I was like, everything is for like Sam. That's an evil thing, can't do that. Oh, this. Oh, I need fire. Okay, how do I get the fire over there? Do I destroy the boats? Nope. Do I destroy the oars? Oh, I should say I went here when I was in New Zealand. We went to here. Yes, okay, got it. The last day was here, so it was kind of fitting. Because it's the breaking of the fellowship, and then we went to the place where they filmed the breaking of the fellowship on the last day. So our own little fellowship was broken, but it was kind of anticlimactic though, because we went to this location where we're all like, oh, it's so heartfelt, so perfect setting, like it's breaking and we're breaking, and but then we all got on a bus together, so it's like, all right. But I heard it's even worse of like a weird, like thematically weird if you do certain months that they do, because they go backwards. So you start at the breaking of the fellowship and it's like, ooh, that's not as heartfelt as it could have been. But like, I guess you'd end in Hobbiton, which is also kind of a nice little ending because you walked all the way back to Hobbiton or whatever. So Feanor was a bit of a spoiled prince, which to be fair, I would be too. I would be too if I was the like, because they only had a few kings in Valinor, right? If I was the son of one of the few kings in the land of the Undying, and I was really smart, I'd probably also be just a little bit spoiled if I never knew like death or anything, except for his mom. His mom did die. Yeah, you weren't gonna learn anything about this game, honestly. Just that it's kind of fun. Like it's easy because it's meant for kids. You're just kind of running around. Legolas can use these green things because he's an elf and it makes him jump higher. In the other games, these little like jump higher leaf things were for the women characters. They were like, what's something special we can give the women characters in like Indiana Jones? How about we make them jump high? So like you'd be playing as Marion in Indiana Jones, and it would be like she's the only one who can jump this high. Like, all right. They're like Indiana Jones has a whip. Marion has jump high. Oh, not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Wow. Controller just vibrated so hard. But Sam is best boy, don't you forget it. Legolas is fun, but Sam is best boy. Um I also, when I started playing these games, both this one and The Hobbit, had heard you could get Glorfindel as like an extra character because they follow the movies, but they were like, oh yeah, no, Glorfindel is like a character you could get. And I cannot figure out how. I can't figure out if it's like an expansion pack or like he's hidden somewhere. But like that's what some of the things say, and I really want Glorfindel. He's my fave. He's my favorite little elf guy. He is the one that when I read The Hobbit, I was like, yeah, he's the one trollolollying in a tree, because he would do that. Women do love jumping. I do jump. I don't know if anybody knows this, but women, when they're alone, all we do is jump. All right, Gimli. Get in there. Get in there, bro. All right, so yeah, the dwarves. You can learn this about the game too. The dwarves are the ones who can do the little axe, the little broken stone thing. Legolas and Gimli are also a ship that you love and sail now and then. I do love an occasional giggleos. They're very fun. And there's no one else that I'm like, oh yeah, I'd ship them with someone else, you know? So I'm like, yeah, why not? Get them together. Sneak Gimli into the Undying Lands. I love Glorfindel and Eristor as well. Oh, Gimli wants me to do something. Hang on. What do you want, Gimli? Do we have to pair? I think we have to pair up for this one. Unless I can just smack this. Hang on, get back there. Yeah, I think we gotta pair up. So I gotta be Aragorn. Okay. Right. Nobody tosses a dwarf except for Aragorn. Go, Gimli. But yeah, I love Glorfindel. I think he's just so fun. He has like zero characterization. He's just really fun. I don't know. He gives jock, you know? He gives like big dumb jock, even though he's not dumb. Or I don't know, maybe he is a little bit dumb. He did fight a Balrog with his hair down and died because of it, but oh god, this is gonna be impossible with the frame rate. Get over there. Nope. What am I supposed to do? But I do love a little bit of Glorstore. Glorfindel and Eristor. You know what I mean. Nope, can't get over there. All right, let's try something over here first. I love a little bit of that because it's got the like golden retriever, black cat energy. And especially if you do Glorfindel, Eristor, and then you do Maglor as Lindir, that's a fun little dynamic. Because Glorfindel and Maglor definitely know each other, whether it's personally or just by knowing about them. And I like the one where they all pretend that they don't know each other. So they're all just hanging out at Elrond's house, pretending they don't know each other. I love a big dumb jock. What are we doing here, guys? Do I have to smash this? Oops. See, I'm pretty sure in The Hobbit the controls are slightly different. That's why I keep changing characters instead of smashing stuff. That's broken. How do I fix that? Okay, well, we'll come back to that. No, okay. Maybe I do have to get up there. Oh no. Wait, what's this? Oh, nope. Okay, never mind. Get in the elf. There we go. All right, elf. Fucking get on the fucking thing. Ha! There we go. Got it. Nailed it. Can't do that evil thing over there. Oh well. Okay. Now what? Oh, I see. I see. I see what happened there. Thoughts on... Okay, I say Maglin, but I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Maglin, but I'm going to say Maglin a lot. Because, that's how I initially read it the first time, and it's just stuck in my head. But thoughts on Maglin? Also another complicated little dude. He kind of gives like sad little rat vibes. I think his decisions were definitely more, you know, his own fault. Like he was making those decisions, you know, until you get captured and tortured. But he was kind of being a bit of an incel there. But also you got to take into account like his dad sucked and was also an incel. If you go with the popular interpretation of Aeol and Irise's relationship. Oh my god, please. Um, but you know, in the end, he did choose to do a lot of that shit, even if he did have a sucky dad. Like, that's not an excuse. Not an excuse. Leave your cousin alone. He did want to fuck his cousin. We kind of forgive some of that because they're long living elves, but that one was weird. That one was a little weird. Because technically, if the four other people in here didn't know, Elrond technically married his cousin. Technically, it's like multiple generations removed, but it is his cousin. His like second cousin. Because his great grandpa or something was brothers with Galadriel's dad, and Elrond married Galadriel's daughter. Also a fucked up story. Like, damn, no women get to have a good time in the Tolkien verse, except for I guess Eowyn somewhat, even though she gets real depressed. And Arwen has a good time, but she does have to die to have a good time. So anybody else have a good time? Luthien kind of had a fun time, but there was a lot of sad in the middle of that. So what am I doing here? Oh, I need to toss the dwarf again. Oh my god, let me pick you up. Are there any women who have a good time? I mean, not a lot of characters have a good time in Middle Earth or even Valinor to an extent. But like women especially, it seems like they're always like dying, getting kidnapped. Like I get Eowyn sometimes, you know? Like that whole like the whole like women can still die on swords thing. I get it. I get it. I understand. I'm with you, girly. Cause like my god, do girlies be dying in that in the freaking Tolkien verse? Like even when they added a woman, when they added Tauriel, they made her it suffer. She's like can't have any good time. I guess Rosie Cotton had a good time. She didn't have to do anything. She was a barmaid and then she got to marry Sam, who's the best boy. That is the one. That is the one singular. Oh, I have to be Aragorn. God damn it. Stop shooting arrows, you idiot. Goldberry also had a good time. Yeah, Galadriel. Oh, wait, when did Galadriel marry her cousin in some versions? Did they make. I guess technically Celeborn is her cousin, right? Am I thinking of that right? Or was Finwë separate from. I can't even remember. I can't remember the family tree at the Finwë level. Oh, okay, we're tracking. Not very far to track. Oh no, he went this way. Where are we going? He's running in circles. Oops. Nope, go back in Aragorn. Get back in Aragorn. Oh, he went this way. Oh, we're getting close. See him look scuffle around on the ground? That's how we know we're getting close. Oh, it's so good. And then he digs around like a dog. Very fun Aragorn mechanic in this game. True, the Shire did get invaded. I'm thinking movie Rosie Cotton. In the books, none of the hobbits had a good time, so they're all ruled out. I guess just Goldberry. Just Goldberry had a good time. Alright, now we're fighting. Now we gotta fight. Let's fight. Oh, it's a checkpoint. Great. Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. This is gonna be a nightmare. Maybe I should just change characters. And they'll never get me. Oh, I can save. That's a checkpoint, not a not a statue that I need to destroy. Die, orc. I'm trying to think of other women characters. Can't do it. Um, I know maybe Haleth had kind of a okay time. We didn't get a whole lot with Haleth, but that whole line was fucking cursed, so or like I just haven't read a whole lot with Haleth. Maybe Haleth had a terrible time. Oh, I'm gonna have to be Legolas and shoot some people. I don't want to be Legolas though. He flounces around and makes it even worse. He makes the frame rate even worse because of his flounciness. All right, can we move on? Cool. Oh shit. Oh. And he died. All right. Dagger time. Die. Let me take care of these orcs and then I'll read comments. Why is it telling me to hit X? I'm hitting X. Why are you so slow? Why are we in slow motion? Oh my god. Oh, because he has a shield. That's why it's getting more complicated, because he has a shield. And we killed that guy. Cool. Again, big apologies to anyone not obsessed with Silmarillion. Yeah, but today we're gonna learn. Today we're gonna learn about how complicated Lord of the Rings actually is. And you just have to read a brick to understand any of it. Oh, I have to toss a dwarf in the middle of all of this? Ugh. At least they don't let you get, like, take damage while you're doing shit like that. It's kind of nice. Some versions had Celeborn as Elmo's either son or grandson, who is a brother of Olwe, who is a grandfather of Galadriel. Right. Right. It's not through Finway's side, it's through Galadriel's mother. That's like that. Oh my god, what a complicated family. I have read that one before. I do like thinking of Celeborn as like adjacent royalty, because it makes more sense, because everyone marrying, there's not a lot of nobility peasant marriages in Tolkien, as far as I'm aware. It's usually a lot of nobility hanging around together, so it would make sense if Celeborn was a noble. It would be even more fun if he was related, because they're all the elves are fucking related to each other. All the nobles. It's very inbred. But they're elves, so it doesn't matter, I guess. There's different rules. Can you please shoot this guy? Maybe I shoot that guy. I'm gonna have to get up there and fight that other one. Can I get this? No, I'm gonna need Sam for that. I'm gonna need the best boy for that. But I can't fight this guy. The family tree is a circle. You know who else are technically... Oh, well, I heard... Why did I hear... Why did I hear the notification beep, but I'm not hearing anything else in my earbuds? You guys probably heard that too. Why? Like, I know it says desktop audio is what I'm doing, but desktop audio is supposed to be like all the audio. But anyway, you know who else is related? Aragorn and Arwen, technically. It's like hundreds of generations removed, but he is the great, 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 great times 1,000, whatever, grandson of Elrond's brother. So they are cousins. Lots of generations removed cousins, but they are cousins. But like all of these cousin marriages that I've mentioned aren't even that bad. Because one, fantasy world, two, elves, whatever. But one of the biggest ships in the Silmarillion is directly related first half cousins. So, oops, I fell. No, let go of me. One of the biggest ships is Fingon and Mithros, who are half cousins, directly half cousins. And you know what? I love that ship because it comes with complications, and that's always fun. Because one, gay, two, cousins. Why do I keep getting tossed? Let me fight him. Yeah, the notification thing was weird. Didn't get that. Can we please, like, play all the music? By the way, Boromir has been shot. I didn't even care. He's still fighting. It doesn't matter. I'm doing all the work here as Mary. Mary's gonna be the one to finish off this guy. I've also been here. This was on the same day that they did the Breaking of the Fellowship. So they did film these ones kind of near each other. Like the bit where Merry and Pippin are hiding behind the tree and the bit where Frodo is looking off into the lake before leaving. Those are pretty close to each other, which is kind of fun. Yeah, the other reason the Mithros Fingon ship is really fun is because their dads hate each other. They're half brothers and they hate each other. And their sons want to bang. So it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. Oh, Boromir. We love a complicated ship. Oh my god, Boromir, please. He's got a broom in his chest. Can you leave me alone? Leave me alone. I'm trying to build. And I died. Okay. No, let me. Boromir, please. These final fights are always so annoying. They're fun, but like kind of annoying. Oh, I built a springboard. Die. Oh, nope, I'm getting tossed. Well, at least I killed him, I guess. Boromir took a broom to the chest. Because, it's a Lego game. They gotta throw in a few little gags. Like a banana. Banana trapped! When we were watching Oron last year, bananas weren't really a thing anymore. I was kind of sad. We're definitely gonna try and watch more for Pride this year. More Oron. I hope there's more banana traps. The broom is very goofy. And whatever the hell is going on right now is very goofy. I don't know why they didn't want to just shoot arrows at him. They shot an arrow first. It's not like it's like a violence thing. Sometimes these games are just really fun and goofy. Oh, okay, we're fighting together, and he's got a banana in his chest. Oh, is this a save? There's another save. Such a long level that it has 2 saves. Die. 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 Freaking die. Don't kill Boromir. He's not even a player character right now. Yeah, the trip that I went on to New Zealand, since it was a tour, it was with a bunch of other nerds. That was the other sort of good thing about doing those sorts of trips. Is that you got to be surrounded by a bunch of other people who all have the same interests, and are also a bunch of nerds. Uh, and some of the people on that trip were buying copies of the Silmarillion and swords and things, and like copies of the books and all the art. And I was like, oh my god, I wish I had the buying confidence that you do, the spending confidence. What am I doing here? And also the room in my suitcase. That very much was a problem for me because I only brought the one suitcase and I had it filled up when I got there. So I had to be very economical about what I bought. Why is my controller vibrating? It's vibrating like my whole chair. Oh, I could get up here. I don't think I was supposed to be able to get up here, but I can get up here. I don't think I was supposed to be able to do that. Oh, get, jump. No, jump, jump, jump. Get up there. Jump. Yeah, I think that was a glitch. I don't think I was supposed to be able to get up there. Oops. Man, I'm still in awe that there are 5 of you here. Thank you for sticking around. Especially since it kind of looks like ass right now. because it cannot handle this. I'm running around as Aragorn and then I switch. Oh, I can't switch to Boromir right now. But I'm running around as Aragorn and I switch to Boromir and he's just walking around super chill because he's dying. But you know what? At least in this game, he gets like a full little redemption where he gets to, fight with Aragorn. It's kind of fun. It wouldn't have worked for the narrative of the story, but in another life. Oh my god, your friend wants to return with an entire suitcase from her Japan trip after saying she's gonna be careful about money. Yeah, that's always seems to be what happens. I did spend a good amount of money on some stuff, but I didn't go crazy. I got like a bunch of different chocolate bars from there, and I got a couple different art, like the art signed art from that guy, but he wasn't like charging extra for signing the art. He was really chill. Um, if I knew his name off the top of my head, I would tell y'all, but he did like he worked on all the movies, and he did some original artwork, and he was like signing it for us and stuff. Um, but I got some of that. What else did I get? It's very small things. I got a few little gifts for my family, but I was very tempted by like replica swords. I kind of really wanted the Arwen sword that was there, which is also technically Elrond's sword. Like I think I don't know. Whenever I was like looking it up, it was like this is Elrond and Arwen's sword. So I'm like, did she steal it from him to like go fight? That doesn't make any sense. Let's see. Do you care about Fingolfin and Finarfin's kids? Of course. I love them. I forget some of them sometimes because there are also we talked about the Finway names and the C names, but there are also a lot of A names um when it comes to those two. And I often forget about Argon and then the two it's like Agnor, like the two Finarfin kids who are Galadriel's older brothers and not Finarfin. I forget their names a lot, but most of the stuff is about like Finrod and Fingon, and I don't know how to say her name. I say Irise or however you're supposed to say it, but like Arethel. There's a lot of names that I can't say out loud. Um, but it's mostly about like those guys and not so much the other ones. Turgon gets brought up a lot, but that's just because he's a king of a city. He's kind of a bitch, just a little bit. Depends on how you characterize him. But yeah, I think the Fingolfin, Finarfin, and their whole family thing with Feanor is a whole can of worms that's really fun. Um, cause like it is like what would you do if your dad remarried in a land where people aren't supposed to die because your mom died, so he got remarried, a thing that should have never happened. You know, lots of confusing names, and we're back in Minas Tirith. I think let's just run around a little bit and then we'll be done soon. No more levels, but I'm just gonna do a little bit of running around. Where should we start though? Because as the other kind of sucky thing about this one, you can't ride a horse like to get across land quickly. You just have to walk, which I guess is thematically correct. But in The Hobbit, you can ride a horse. Like you can get Thranduil's moose, you can call it up and ride around on that thing to get places faster. Like here, I can fast travel to different places, but like I can't just travel quickly over land. It kind of sucks. Because also I just like riding horses in video games. Let's go run around. Let's go to Lothlorien. No, let's go to Rivendell. Everyone loves Rivendell, and there's more shit to look at there. Let's go there. Why don't you let me go? The family drama that shaped an entire continent. It really did. It's really just the Finway kid's fault. And Thingol a little bit. It's also kind of him, but he's also part of the family, sort of. So, sort of. What was I gonna say? There's something that I was thinking of and now I can't remember. It's okay. Let's take a peek, see at Rivendell from the cliff. Oops. Goodbye. Go to Sam. There we go. It is really cool. Like this Rivendell looks good in this game. But when you play the Hobbit version, they have you walk down the cliffside when you first see it, and it is just gorgeous. Especially with the graphics. Here, I don't think I can get to the cliffside in this one because it doesn't technically exist in this game. Yeah, no. But in The Hobbit, you walk down the cliff and are looking at the entire thing, and it just looks so cool. Man, I wish I could remember what I was going to say, but... Oh well, it's gone. Lost. Oops. See, this is why I could never go to Rivendell. I'd fall off that stupid bridge trying to get in. Because some of the art of Rivendell and the like canon, I think it's canon. I think it's in the Lord of the Rings. It's that the bridge to get into Rivendell is like 2 feet wide. Like you can get like one horse across at a time, and it's like a tightrope almost. Same with going to Lothlorien, though. They had to walk over an actual rope to get in there. I'm like, I'm never going there. I can never get in there. I'd fall so fast into the river. You see, like, there's not, like... Here's the thing. Like, this is a puzzle, right? Like, this is definitely, like, a little puzzle you can do. But at the end, the only thing you get is, like, a mithril brick, which you use to, like, make things for people. But you need a whole shitload of them to do it. So it's kind of annoying. Like, I'd rather it be like you solve this little puzzle and you get like a separate little thing. Like in the one that I'm not going to talk about, like I'm not going to mention the name, there are like different things. Like there's students in peril, or like there's different little like doohickeys that you have to get and collect, and like to get another little thing that's still within that same area. This one I have to like get the brick, collect them all, go to Bree or something. Like I have to go somewhere else on the map. I did like in the other game, it all was more contained. Like it felt like levels within the open world, but you didn't have to do them sequentially. Or like you could find characters around, you know, like this is where you would find characters. And here you can do that too, but you just run into them and then you buy them. Like that's not fun. Make me work for it. OSHA is shaking at Rivendell. Who let them do this? Elf architecture is not OSHA compliant. Why am I stuck? Oh, there's a pole. Oops. Oh, you know what I can do? I can be I can change characters. Hold on. That is one nice little thing. Let's be I could be Elrond from the Third Age. Where's Elrond's Second Age? I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I have Elrond's Second Age. I have Arwen though somewhere. Yeah, Arwen's up here. Let's be Arwen. Let's be the one of the one girl characters. I think I've got Éowyn, but as yeah, Éowyn as Durnhelm. Yeah, I did. I'm glad you also agree with the, oops, the side quest thing. It's just more fun. I have to go back and play like the Star Wars one. I feel like that one was a little more, but I don't think there was an open world really in the Star Wars one. It was just like the cantina. Was it Keeley who was flirting with the elves at the dinner in The Hobbit in this place? Yes, in the extended edition, I think is when he was flirting, and they were like, "That's a man, not elf, not a woman." It's like, let Keeley be into what Keeley's into. Thank you. Those movies have their moments. I don't mind the Hobbit movies. I don't mind the first one. I don't mind a good chunk of the second one. The third one was not the best. But it wasn't supposed to be 3, so I give it a little bit of grace. It was only supposed to be, I forget if the Guillermo del Toro version was supposed to be 2 or not, but when Peter Jackson first got it, he was like, all right, we'll do 2. We'll do 2. And then the studios were like, no, you got to make it a trilogy. It's like, but that's how you make it bad. Like when I was actually rereading The Hobbit, I was like, all right, this is where the second movie ends. And I like held up the amount of paper that was left. And I was like, yeah, that's why it was a bad movie. Because they just tried to stretch out what was there instead of creating new conflict or whatever. They did with Legolas, but that was just fan service. So it was kind of annoying. Look, there's monkeys. Why do we have monkeys in Rivendell? Do monkeys exist in Middle Earth? Like, that's a monkey. I mean, I feel like a lot of the like headcanon about, you know, the southeast area of the map that isn't really like fleshed out. They just kind of flesh it out in headcanon, like that it is just what Earth is. So it would be like the Middle East, and then there's like an African continent way down. And like if you keep going east, that's Asia. So like I feel like monkeys would exist somewhere, but not anywhere Elrond's been. Why are there monkeys? Whatever. Yeah, Eowyn cosplaying as a man. Maybe I'll change Sam into Eowyn cosplaying as a man. And Keely would not care. Keely 100% would not care. They're dwarves. Dwarven women have beards. Like, he wouldn't care. Hell yeah. One of the fun things we got to do on the trip was when we went to Edoras, we went up to the top. And when we got up there, our guide pulled out a flag, like a big flag of Rohan, and then there was a sword, and he pulled out Eowyn's dress. He did say, he was like, okay, only girls can wear the dress, and I think that was more out of, he explained it in one way where, like, a guy put on the dress and, like, broke it because he flexed when they had, like, a previous version, but I think it was also just so they didn't have to deal with anybody, like, making like terrible, not good jokes, non-tasteful jokes in the dress without them being able to control it, or taking pictures in the dress that like they didn't want to reflect in a way on their, you know what I mean? Like there was reason why they're like only women can wear the dress, but there was an Eowyn dress. I didn't put it on because I kind of became the designated photographer for the trip, and I got to take pictures myself, but like I had a good camera and I was taking pictures of everybody else. So I got these really good pictures of people putting on the Eowyn dress and like pretending to kill our tour guide, which was really they were fun. They were some of my favorite pictures of the trip, but some of the people putting on the dress were so dignified when they were doing it, and they were like doing the Eowyn pose when she's like looking off into the distance when Aragorn is rocking up. That was a really good spot. If you don't even care about Lord of the Rings, and are in New Zealand, I still recommend going there. It's called Mount Sunday. That was like the most picturesque, beautiful place I've ever seen. The Hobbit's trilogy is, you know, less serious, and I do like that because I like the Hobbit book better than the Lord of the Rings trilogy of books, because I just, in terms of like a casual read, you know, like when I want to read something, I'm like, I'd rather read The Hobbit than invest myself in Lord of the Rings because it's very chill, and it's meant for kids, but like, you know, it's still like, it's not like just for kids in a way that's annoying for adults to read. And I like that the movies reflect that. Um, it's just that the plot was so bad. This like it I haven't seen the third one in a while because I usually watch like the first two, and then I just kind of I watch a little bit of the third one, and as soon as they get to Dale, I'm just like, or like as soon as the battle starts is when I'm like, because I enjoy I do like the part with like Bard and Thranduil and Thorin having a little argue session and like being shady. That's kind of fun. Bilbo being shady, that's fun. But when they get into the battle, it's just not engaging. I'm like, I check out real hard. I don't want to do that. because I think I've already done that. I'm being Eowyn again. Look at her. Doot 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 doot. She like hops around compared to Arwen. Arwen does like a glide. And Eowyn's like jumping around. She's so excited to go to war. The Battle of the Five Shades. For real. It's just a bunch of like middle-aged dudes getting annoyed at each other. That's the whole battle. I'm counting Azog as a middle-aged dude. Where am I looking for? I'm looking for, there's like a back secret passage thing with like a big cavern. I'm pretty sure that's in this version. Yeah, the Hobbit game is more fun than this one, I think. Because they tried to make up for their lack of third movie in it. Oh, no. Fucking... I don't know where a bucket of water is. I don't feel like trying to find it. Oh, well, it's right there. Okay. But I don't have a bucket. And I don't remember who has a bucket. I think it's like Pippin or something. But yeah, I took a lot of photos of everybody else. And I just, because I was practicing my skills, honestly. Because I love a good cinematic photo. So everyone got their like semi-professionally done photos. I didn't edit them or anything, but they were at least posed a little bit better than, you know, just your average Joe might have composed a photo. But it was fun. It was fun for me. So I was like, thank you for letting me take pictures of everybody, honestly. But it was kind of funny where like I would be taking photos of everyone and then I would hand my camera, my phone to someone and I'd be like, all right, yeah, I'll go last. You can take a picture of me or whatever. And like, the composition would just be totally different compared to all the other ones. I'm like, that's fine. You haven't had schooling for this or anything. So fair enough. I'm already lost. I'm lost. That's okay. This is the council. But I'm trying to find a hole in the side of the mountain. Where's the hole? I can't find the hole. Sad. Why are you walking slow? Stop walking slow. What did I do to make you do this? Why is your shield up? Okay, fixed it. Imagine photoshopping yourself into the pics and you're scaled all wrong. I would. I should. Into some random couple's photo that I took. I'm like, and I'm also here. Let me see if I can find it. If I can find the one that made me laugh really hard, I will. I don't think it's on my phone though. That's a problem. But I took a really funny photo of someone wearing the Eowyn dress and like pretending to kill our guide. But I took it in a way where it was like only here, like what I'm framed right now. So you could just see the tour guide's hand like sticking up like this as she was like stabbing down at him. It was very good. All right. Where is this hole? Where's the cavern? Oh wait, I can look at a map. Actually, it might be over here. Maybe it's where I started. I'm thinking no, this isn't it. I might be thinking of the one that's in the Hobbit. I don't think this has one, but I can check the map in a second. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like a thing back here. All right, let's see if I can find it from where I'm at right now. I think I'm close. Oh, well, okay. It's not okay. This is not what I was picturing. I think I'm picturing the one in the other game, but this is what I was sort of looking for. There's like a whole secret place back here. There's not much to do, but and it's really dark. What the hell? I didn't even go night mode. Why is it so dark? Damn, okay. Is there a Rivendell set in New Zealand to tour or no? There is not, as far as I'm aware. We didn't tour one. I'm pretty sure that was constructed and then torn down. Same as the original Hobbiton. They constructed it, tore it down. All that was left was like white doors in the side of the hill. And then when they did the Hobbit, they built Hobbiton again in a more permanent way. Like they built it to last the weather, and you can tour Hobbiton. And there's even now they added two Hobbit holes that like are fully furnished and you can go in and look at. But Rivendell, even when they did the second one, I don't know how many of the scenes in The Hobbit were really like actual sets. Like I think there had to have been a few, but like I know when they do the White Council, that was an actual set because there's photos of them doing that. But like there wasn't a whole lot, so I don't really think they kept it. They should have. I think they should, if they want to make it like a whole thing, they should make a Rivendell set that's tourable. I know when we went to Wellington, and we were driving around in like the sort of like the Hollywood area of it, where a lot of the studio stuff is. There's a whole studio lot that you can pull up to, but that's like active filming. But apparently Peter Jackson was buying up some buildings and stuff around to expand production. Um, and I think it would be kind of fun to invest in more of a expanded studio tour, because we did like a Weta Workshop tour, which we looked at a lot of props and costumes and things, not just from Lord of the Rings, but you know, uh from other projects Weta Workshop has worked on. But I think it would be cool to build up some of the sets that people want to see. Um and have like a designated tour space for that. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be like a Disney World type thing, but like just have sets to tour, I think would be a really um it would be a good financial decision. You know what I mean? People would do it. You could do it and people would pay money to go tour like Rivendell or like the Golden Hall of Meduseld, and um maybe places in Gondor like the main hall in Gondor or whatever, Like I do think it is something that you could get people to pay money for. I'd go do it. I'd go back and go do it. That scene with Bilbo sticking his head out of the tree with the green screen lives in my mind. I don't even know what's the sticking his head out of the tree. I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm sure I've seen it, but like I can't think of it. Let's turn back into Eowyn. Oh, they got rid of her. I can picture him in a barrel. I can. Most of the behind the scenes of Bilbo is just Martin Freeman giving the middle finger to the camera. Um, and you know what? I love that. I don't care if I don't know what he was actually like on set, but I love that for him. There's just middle fingers the whole time. Yeah, I wish there was a little more elven stuff. You know what? You could also stick in that. If you rebuilt some of the sets, you could do Lothlorien. Like you could have a whole like semi up in the trees area. That would be kind of fun. And then you could also have I don't know what you would even put in Mirkwood. Most of it's just a rock. Like if you wanted to show off the elven stuff of Mirkwood, I guess you could have like the cool part of Mirkwood that I like is the entrance to where the elves are. So like you could have the end, maybe if you wanted to get fancy with it like they do. I did do the studio tour in London of franchise that we're not going to talk about back in like 2012 or something like that, and they started it by opening the doors, like the doors to the grand hall. So like you could start this Hobbit thing if you wanted to make it a whole thing. You could do your tour by having people walk over a fakey little river, like walk over the bridge and have the big doors to where the Mirkwood elves live open up like that. That'd be kind of fun. Martin Freeman was really good as Bilbo. The vibe was perfect. I do picture him whenever anybody's writing anything about Bilbo. Depending on the age, I picture old Bilbo too. But like if it's young Bilbo, that is the face in my mind. Everybody else is kind of like a mush. Because I did read The Hobbit before I watched the movie as like a kid. Everyone's kind of a mush, but Martin Freeman is Bilbo in my head. Young Bilbo. Just that's easier than doing like a Frodo thing, because like even sometimes when I'm reading Lord of the Rings, I don't picture Elijah Wood as Frodo sometimes, because Frodo in the books is 50 years old. And I know hobbits age slightly differently, but like sometimes my brain is just picturing a slightly older looking hobbit. So, and a slightly I love Sean Astin as Sam, but I also picture sometimes a frecklier, more suspendersery Sam when I'm reading Lord of the Rings. Couldn't tell you why. That's just the vibe it gives off. Yeah, Bilbo, Martin Freeman did nail the old man vibes without being an old man. Let's see. Let's go explore one more. I'll give you a Lothlorien as well, because Rivendell is so freaking confusing. Like, I think where are we now? Where like Narsil is, I think. There's council and there's like the shards of Narsil right next to it or something. How old is Elijah now? I think he's in his 40s, if not approaching 50. I think he was 19, I think. Was he 19 or was he like 20 something? He was in that like late teens. I think he was 19 when they started filming. He might have been like 20. So now he would be like 40, 45 or something like that. Which is why the movie they just announced that Stephen Colbert is helping write is set, 15-ish years after Frodo leaves, so all the other hobbits can be in it and be age accurate. And it's about Sam's kid, maybe, or something. I don't know. It's not even written yet. Like Stephen Colbert and his son are writing the script together. It's barely in pre-production. It's not even a thing. But the Disco Filings came in 11 out of 10. I do love just running around. Like, I get it. I just wander around. I need to find the fast travel statue though. Where the fuck am I? It should be in this. Oh, it was right behind me. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I think I do want to do more streams where it's just like this, or it's just chatting about honestly what is probably a hyperfixation for me. Not that hyper fixated on it, but it is. I do know a lot about Lord of the Rings. It did fill the vacuum when certain people got transphobic. It very, very, very. It took a couple years of whatever, but it did fill the vacuum. That and Batman. Maybe I'll play some. Maybe I'll buy Lego Batman. Play some Batman. I just like the Lego games. They're so chill. There's no stakes. Like, I'll get back to Oblivion. I think next time I'll play some more Oblivion. But I do need to figure out how to use the controls on that game a little bit better before I get into it. So, especially since I ended the last stream on a horse, and I was just thinking to myself today, I don't know how to get off the horse in that game. So, all right. I do trust Colbert with the strip as well. Script. The strip. I trust Colbert with the script. I think even, I think I trust him to write a good script, but even if it isn't, I trust him to write a non-damaging script, if that makes any sense. Like Rings of Power, I watch it, but it disappoints me because the plot is not engaging, but also because it's just taking elements and throwing them around without thinking about what the elements mean. Like a lot of the Sauron stuff, I'm like, can we please chill? Like a Sauron Galadriel thing could be so interesting, but you've made it worse. Let's see. My oath is to simp for the Legendarium. Yeah. Like, I feel like I could have liked Rings of Power. Now I'm just kind of watching it as like I need to know what they're doing with this show. If I need to know if my boy Glorfindel is showing up with that casting. I hope they let him still have long hair because that's half of his personality. Oh, Lego game was your first experience with Lord of the Rings. That's kind of fun. It is kind of a good little primer for the story. Um, like if you did it before the books or the movies, I think the fact that it uses the actual dialogue from the movies helps because like if you try to just do the Star Wars games without watching Star Wars, like yeah, it would be fun, but you'd be missing half the shit that's going on. Which honestly, for the prequels, probably better. You don't need to know any of the like you don't need to know any of the like politics stuff to do the prequels, but there's like two or three things that you need. Well, let's get up there. Let's go up there. Can I get up there from here? Maybe. Let's just go around. Um, but yeah, no, like this game, I do think the dialogue from the movie helps. Um, I need to play the Indiana Jones one again. Maybe I'll play the Indiana Jones one next time. That one's got to have like shit graphics. Maybe it'll run a little bit better. It's so old. I played that game when I was like in middle school, maybe even elementary school. That was the first Lego game that I had. Yeah, Rings of Power is kind of creepy and power fantasy, but like it's kind of both. It's kind of creepy and power fantasy, and there's not. I don't know. I feel like it might have nuance, but like not really. I don't know. The concepts are like it could have been interesting, but it was just they wrote it bad. They wrote it bad and sort of boring. They wrote it in a way that I don't care about what Isildur is doing, and I should care about what he's doing because he's kind of a big player. But I just don't give a shit. I'm like, show me more Celebrimbor, and then they don't. Show me more Elrond, and then he's kind of there. And you're like, no, but I could use more. And even Gil-galad. I'm like, show me more Gil-galad. He's fun. Tell me who you think his parents are. Or at least his dad. Whoa, the future of gaming's here for the dialogue in this instead of the mumbling. I remember some people were kind of mad about it. That's why actually this one might have not been the first one. Pirates of the Caribbean might have been the first one with the tech or the dialogue because this one you can turn on mumble speak. I think I forget where it's somewhere, but you can turn on mumble speak in this one. I don't know if you could in the other one, but or maybe it's like this is an updated version or something. But the elves waving as you run by is really fun. Oops. Oh, I'm in the water. I'm gonna go. I lied. I'm gonna go one more place, and then we'll end the stream. I'm gonna go one more place. We're gonna go to Edoras because I mentioned how pretty it is in the actual real world. I can't remember if it looks pretty in this one or not, or if it's just a big mud hill, which it is in the movies. But yeah, Mount Sunday. If you go to New Zealand, the prettiest part of it is that you can see one of the highest mountains. I think the highest mountain off in the distance, and it's like snow covered. And it just looks really pretty. That is a picture on my phone. I might try to find that and show y'all, but all right, let's go to Edoras. Oh, it's in this big. Here we go. All right, let's see. Lots of Queenstown pics. That's on the boat, so it's after the boat. We did take a ferry between the islands. That was kind of fun. It was a 3-hour ferry. We got on the ferry. We all accidentally sat in the family children's section. We're like, oopsies. Okay, here we go. Before we run around here. So this is Edoras. So this is what it looks like in the game. They condensed a bunch of shit. You can see Gondor from Rohan. Ignore that. But this is what it looks like in the game. In real life, here's a picture of the mountain. This is gonna look like real shit on this camera. Hang on. Can y'all see that? Woo. That was up on the mountain. It was very pretty. You could see the mountain way off in the distance. Lego Fortnite. I didn't realize Lego Fortnite was gonna be a thing. I only pay attention to the ones that are like, it's a franchise, like a movie franchise. Let's see. Here's another picture. I think this is when we were like partially hiking on the way back down. Oh, holding it poorly. So as we were there, I think that's the angle where they shot Aragorn and Legolas and Gimli rocking up on their horses. But I might be wrong. No, that was a different angle. Sorry, that's the angle that we hiked up. But any other good photos of that? I think I had a photo of just this. We had like the other fun thing about this tour was that they had like movie shot comparisons, so you could hold up the shots from the movie and then you could be like, and we're here. That's where the movie was shot. So yeah, the blurriness, yeah, because I have the camera focus like set to me. It could be in the game. So it's like, but yeah, I totally recommend if you have the finances and time to go to New Zealand, go to New Zealand, go explore. Look, it's all the same person. They all say hello. There's two of the same guy. Two Rohan guys. Do I have Eomer? That's another fun underrated character. I like him. I don't think I have Eomer anywhere. I've got King Theoden twice. No Eomer. I do have Celeborn though. Don't worry about that. But not Eomer. I bet he's like down here or something. Who's this? Rosie. Oh, I have Rosie Cotton. I didn't realize that. That's cute. Oh wait, maybe he's over here. Unless this is Faramir. That's Faramir. Never mind. Oh well. I do like Eomer. He's a fun little character. I like Carl Urban's performance as him, and I think, like, I am someone. This might be a controversial opinion. I like the theatrical cuts better than the special editions. Um, but I do think the one thing I would have kept from the extended edition is Eomer finding Eowyn after the battle. That should have been kept. That was a really good, nice little beat. I don't think we needed the whole thing where he's like bringing her up to the healers and stuff. That part could have been cut out, and it was. But the part where he finds her on the battlefield should have been kept in the theatrical release. Because, Aragorn's a big, important character going forward and after the movie's end, but so is Eomer. He's the king of all of Rohan. I feel like you should have given him a few more little character beats that you did film. So that could have stayed in, I think. Rohan clones. Rohan, a lot of these places when you go to them, they do just use the same like characters over and over again, but it's more obvious here because no one's like wearing armor or anything. They're just in normal civilian clothes, so you can't just be like, oh, it's just soldiers or whatever. Get up there. She keeps putting her shield up. Stop doing that. And I need a fire. Bam. This is Edoras. It's kind of hard to navigate this one too, but for different reasons than Rivendell. It's just because everything's on a slope and they didn't really make the slopes easy to go up and down. And also playing this, it looks nothing like real life, but that's okay. This kind of looks similar a little bit. We had to make a big loop to get around. And we reenacted the scene where King Theoden throws out Wormtongue. That was kind of fun. Who are you? Oh, I guess I'll buy that. Whatever. Old decrepit King Theoden. Now I've got 3 King Theodens. Can't go in the building. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna end it there with the twin, one of the Wonder Twins, and this lady. Let me exit out of this. Maybe next time, we can figure out how to. What did I just do? What did I click on there? That's not. Oh, that's not a thing that usually happens. We've learned something. Lego is lying to you about New Zealand. Okay, but I did minimize this last time and it crashed the game. So let's see if this works. Let me see what these are. Let's see if this works and doesn't crash the game this time. Minimize. Nope, doesn't work. Minimize the window. Nope. All right, we're just going to exit the game. Yes. All right. Y'all get my desktop. Wow. It's so bad. I need a PC so bad. I need a PC so bad. Like I should be clear. I'm running this off of a laptop that is a PC, like it's a Windows laptop, but it is not a desktop PC. So it's not as bad as a Mac, but like it's not a dedicated computer for this. So let me do face cam. Yeah. And also I kind of want a better, like I need to move into the other room so I have a better setup around here, you know. I'm gonna play some music again, I guess. So hopefully next time we figure out ooh, that's loud as hell. Next time we figure out volume. It should work fine next time because I should, you know, I should restart my computer in between now and then. I think the only way to fix that was to restart my computer. But yeah, I think next time maybe we'll be Oblivion. Maybe. I think I want to get back to that. But then I definitely want to keep doing some more Lego stuff. Just because it's fun and it's nice and it's casual. Wow, that is loud in my ear. What the hell? Bring that back up. But yeah, thank you to everybody for sticking around. The 5 people who stuck around. I recognize some names and icons. I need to get better at recognizing across these streams, though, because I recognize from other platforms that we're on. So, oh, you missed 90% of it. That's okay. It replays. Not that you'll get to interact, but I save the VODs like immediately. So, but I had fun. Even if it was just it was mostly just a conversation between me and one person, but that was fine. We were hyperfixating a little bit. Hopefully, people learned a little bit about the Silmarillion. So, okay.